Hel- Hello everyone. I am to be doing a brand new series called Creator Look Through. Yes, it's a bit of an odd title, I know, but what it will be is that I shall do a large group of videos, obviously not inspired by a certain being on the internet whose name is name of Kara, but no, not at all. I said we're looking at specifically a creator of a work of comic books. And as you can see, one who started off today is the famous Fantastic Four. In particular, the 100 issues that took, yes, seriously, on the famous Stan Lee and Jack of Kirby of King. Now, I should really start this off soon, but so I'm just going to set up. Doing this up now.
On an outer space adventure, they got hit by cosmic rays. And the forward change forever in some most fantastic way. No need to fear, they're here. Just call the four. Fantastic Four. Don't need no more. That's ungrammatical. Reed Richards is elastic. Suit gets made from side. Johnny is the human torch. The thing just loves to fight. Call for more. Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four.
And I have just officially just doomed that video to a heck of a lot of copyright problems. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. I think it's popping up now and again. It's annoying. Anyway, let's look at the first issue, a famous one, 1961. And this is tell you when you're not King Girls. Anyway. This is a famous and beloved comic cover. And go back, you idiot. Please ignore these. Please ignore these things. So I'm going to go a bit slow about this, but still, this is one that so many parodies tend to do. Like, everyone just knows it's such a brilliantly fun one of just the famous four. None of whom are actually in their special modes. So, I'll find some of a gigantic monster going from the earth. The artwork is very good for this time. Each character, you can, except for even the background characters, you can tell everyone who's different from each other. That is what really works. And also, I'll be attempting to do voices. Attempting being cover work. And here you see the famous Fantastic Four, and for some reason, Reed looks 50. Even though canonically, to point out canonically, Sue Storm is meant to be 7 years younger. That would mean that she is technically in her mid-40s at this rate, when canonically I think they're about... I think both Ben and Wee are about the same age, so I think they might be late to 20s to early 30s, I think. Don't question me on that. The Fantastic Four. We will be doing quotes and quips. With the sudden fury of a thunderbolt, a flare was shot into the sky up over Central City, New York City. But three awesome words take form as if by magic, and a legend is born. Look, in the sky, what in blazes does it mean? I don't know, but the crowd's getting panicky. Rumors are flying a bit on an alien invasion. That demonstrates today. This definitely demonstrates the first time they've seen this in a while. Above all the hubbub and excitement, one strange figure holds a still smoking flare gun. One strange man who is somehow more than just a man. I am a man, Punch. For he is the leader of the Fantastic Four. And well, we obviously see him. Right, and just point this out. They actually one of the only few times they ever did something like that, and that's not the style. It's always yeah, that's gonna go. That one is basically just a traditional like a flaming four. Storm Johnny tends to go a lot. In another part of town, Susan Storm is having tea with a society friend when she hears the ominous words. Yeah, something may want to point this out. She is like going to be a member of the society, which is really interesting. Later on, they've always refined as a doctor or something like that. And also, we can see that she has the ability to somehow become a ghost, which we can clearly see her, but no one else can. And obviously, she's bumping into everyone. So that's how well this is going to be going. And like I said, he's a ghost. That's why I need a cab. Yeah, you never see empty cabs anywhere these days. All you see are these uncontrollable, drivable cabs. Just amazing. And Nancy terrifies her. Nancy gets then the taxi driver gets terrified and runs off. Now, but let us leave the amazing invisible girl and turn our attention to a men's clothing store in another part of town. I'm sorry, mister. I just don't care with anything big enough to fit a man your size. Everything's the same. 11 is small for me. Those words, the Fantastic Four, what do they mean? Sam, the time has come. Yeah, not very good at Brooklyn accents. Well, later we wear these tight rags. But I want to point out he's wearing the exact same clothes that Mr. Banner tends to wear. Why they make money? Why must they build doorways so narrow? Not good at accents. Hey, smoke a monster. Oh, I think guess what you think it is. Is that Sue in the background? I think they're wearing the same costumes. You can definitely tell he's grumpy. So nervous. His first start missed because he was so nervous. But he'll not get another chance. Do you see that? He ripped the manhole cover right over the ground with his bare hands. I think 90% of the superhero community can do that nowadays, so it's not really given the biggest feast in existence. I got far enough, but I should be under my destination by now. But there's no manhole cover on me. No opening. Bear. I cannot today. I'll make an opening. You know what's the opening terrifies basically everyone. This is gonna be a fun one. I'm going to or something else. You do see him a lot of insults. They live it, cowards. It's apparently it's interesting. I think someone's wearing a bow tie, but no lilies. It's a Martian. No, that's in DC. And we see a large amount of police and riot squads preparing, acting as if they're trying to figure out what's going on. Complete insanity. Meanwhile, we see a mechanic fixing up certain things. We got like a purr, isn't he, Jay? Good, that's the way I like it. There's only one more thing in one, there's only more cars. Yeah, what's that, Sally? Girls? Something else. Okay, we'll poke fun at his weird systems with girlfriends. And Johnny can now totally combust, or rather, just become a wildfire. You realize we're tanking in the car where stop, you're gonna make that thing go very soon. Remember me saying there's only one thing I care more about than cars? Well, this is it! Impossible, incredible, call it if you will. I'm gonna say a bit weird looking, but the figure which had been Johnny Storm's scant seconds before is now a careening human torch, blasting through the skies above like a flaming meteor. Apparently, everyone's trying to imitate Superman crib. Call the governor, have him call alert the National Guard. Move, man, move, man, move. And it's gonna go so well. And because of the situations, including Johnny, they decide saying the best idea is to send a nuke. Yeah, they can tell that's gonna be a brilliant idea. A hunter missile, maybe a heat sneaking missile. What's that way you pronounce it? Never in these situations. Suddenly, the human torch's flame begins to diminish. As if the missile was about to strike him, two impossibly long arms reach above the rooftops and got it, moving with dazzling speed. One of the incredible arms hurls the mighty missile far from shore, where it harmlessly explodes above the sea, and possibly causes a tsunami. But as the Prime Boy's flame begins to plummet altogether. As a flying boy's flame flickers out altogether, together he begins to plummet towards Earth, towards a certain doom. And given the amount of jokes they tend to do about female situations and male situations, it's very hilarious and ironic. And now the team has all been united together. Oh, we did milestones. Good. There was a task we just up there for task. But now we go back in time, forward, to where we discover an angry Ben Grimm who has one of the weirdest looking noses I've ever seen in my life. If you want to fly the stars and you need pilots to count me out, you know we haven't done that research on the effects of cosmic rays. They may kill us while in space. Yeah, well, cosmic rays do work nowadays. Well, they don't make you nervous and they give you cancer. Yeah. The winning situation is there's something that, in spite of the situations about very sexist, Susan straight up gets him to a team, straight up gets Ben to fly the plane thing said by claiming that the communists, again you can tell this time is, will beat them to it. You can see whenever they do have to change. The only thing you can definitely tell if they ever have to remake that backstory is the only thing that they change is the fact that it's a communist. I think I don't remember what the 2004 one did, but I know the Stick movie that relied on Ultimate. I think they were trying to make a maker reference or something like that. A coward? Nobody calls me a coward. Chicken maybe, but not coward. And so did Bayern's determined Dr. Reed Richards. I think it's the only few times they ever actually call him a doctor. He's never actually, I think it's barely ever referred to it as that. He says doctorate, but actually he's never referred to it as that. Susan, Ben and I know what we're doing. You and Johnny. Don't say weed. I'm your fiance. Where you go, I go. I'll tell you no, sis. That's Donald. Can I put him his own that Johnny's actually 16? Yeah, that's just thing. No time for Officer Clemens. Isn't the white tonight? Let's go. They start to go up into space, and they go. This penetrates the seals. It transforms and hits them heavily. It gives a very intriguing mint flavor. And I'm seeing insanity occurs as the ship crashes down to Earth, and they all wake up. Except he starts to change. Soon becomes invisible. And everyone's trying to figure out what the heck's going on. And I'm sick and tired of your insults, of your complaining. I didn't purposely cause our flight to fail. Yes, you did, depending on how many retcons can be going on. And I'm sick of you, period. In fact, I'm gonna piece it. Yeah, we're in the smug face of yours. And Ben transforms the almighty thing. One way, darling, he's turned into some sort of a thing. He's strong as an ox. How can you get that word to annoy me? I'll prove it to you on your own man, Susan. Wait up. No, you don't. And then we become Stretchy Man. I go past. You've turned a monster. Both ways, just terrible cosmic rays. Now I've never made things sweet and so warm. Look at me. Now on fire. Listen to me. All after the situation, there causes problems. Listen to me. Listen to all of you. This means you too, man. Together we have more power than any humans have ever possessed. You don't have to make a big space big shot. We understand. We've got to use that power to help make our light better. And on page 13, I might add, we now have the famous thing where they always tend to use, which is hilarious, and I honestly think that the costumes tend to go a bit weird. From the famous Fantastic Four. And now we target the second one, which is looks odd. You know, that makes any sense. What are they? Pin-ups? Yeah, this clearly is a pictures and pin-ups. Yes, here's some very intriguing little situations about a mole man. Oh, a bunga, dude. This is, and he says more about the Iron Curtain. Again, how else is going to work? Involving same situations involving nuclear power plants going atomic plants going out of control in Australia and South America. Amazingly fearful, I know. That's just it. It's happening to atomic plants all over the world. No one knows how or why. Note yourself. Next time read actually. Yeah. Which according to the standing results on my radar machine, which you couldn't see in the room most of the time, but I actually made it invisible, it's about to take place. And indeed it does. In Flint, Africa. Oof. That's not gonna work well. Chocolate. Bleh. I know. Because we are intending. Shut up. And shut up. And there we are, where this can be racist. We could blame the blacks for it. You could kill them, but still. In the name of heaven. What is that? Was indeed. It is a gigantic pair of claws, not like so much I've never been seen on Earth or on any other planet in the universe. It is unbelievable, mind-staggering, but real. And then there's other way in the artillery. It does absolutely nothing to the big thing that beside looks like a version of Krakow and something else. Earth returns to the Earth's core. Our mission here is finished. Go. Known as the Mole Man. It's a return to the Mole Man. Sorry, that's gonna kill me. That's what we've got to find out where enough is going on through. By studying the cave-ins carefully, I pinpointed the line it's exactly between them. That's where we'll find them. Find our answer. And it is known as Monster Isle. Monster Isle, that's just a fairy tale. There's no such place. And well, they do, and they really weird looking jaguars. So to go find a pilot or something. And then they go and find a three-headed beast. It looks like a weird version of King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah. And then we see them as obvious thing that keeps happening every single time we see Storm. Quicksilver, turn invisible! Because we're so wimpy that no one can do that. Actually, you know, saying that. It looks more like King Ghidorah combined with a dog, and a horse, and a thing. Yeah. So, Weed makes a lasso out of his arm. It crosses. I thought it has hurt. And then they get caught in a terrifying cave-in, which led to another interesting moment. And to be then completely blinded by a powerful beam of light. And then they encounter a massive valley of crystals. The Mole Man. It's page 21. I think this only demonstrates how time has changed. There's not that many comics, actually up to 21 nowadays. And this is like a big issue. You know, it just stops right here. Right behind them, we see a terrifying creature. And it's every single time. So weird. And then for some reason, like more like it's normally supposed to, attacks the evil being and beats him. What do you expect? I'm the thing, ain't I? Let's go find it skinning down my boyfriend of yours. Oh, Ben, if only you would stop hating me for what happened to you. So both Weed and Johnny have encountered the Mole Man. And then he ended up being quickly by his backstory. Namely that he was bullied heavily on the surface world, and so he ran away to hiding to find something powerful. He was trapped underneath the earth and became a human mole. I was to realize that my misfortunes, my luck turned to fate, began to turn into my favour. I mastered the creatures down here and made them do my bidding, and with their help, I carved an underground empire. And then he attempts to fight. And during the battle itself, it turns out he's actually has very detailed senses. It's not easy to actually fight. So about that more as the battle begins. The Titanic creature attacks. Good boy, Tort. So 60s. In one go. Back and forth, buzzing around the monster's head like a hornet, flies a human torch as a gigantic creature vainly tries to grasp its fearsome foe. Why didn't you just do like a clap thing? Would that just sort of stun him or something? And then apparently Mole Man is trying to escape. And the heroic Mr. Weed, I'm going to calm down to actually starts becoming less sexist. It's fine with, I can start calling them human torch, we ain't going to do that for anyone else. Moving up on the scene, the Fantastic Four with a deadly Mole Man in their grasp. Hit the service being a prevent. But then the evil antagonist grasps the signal core, which he used with power of the monsters again, and the evil monsters attack again. In great format because there is just the brilliances of brilliances of brilliances. Of Jack Kirby's insanely good designs. So when he ends up creating a walk side, staying away from the monsters. And the Mole Man hid and escaped. He blew up the entirety of the island. So apparently this is a really smart idea. Clearly, they will not cause any more catastrophes whatsoever. It's best that way. There's no policeman in our world. Perhaps he'll find peace on there. I hope so. I just hope we've seen the last of him. But whether we've seen the last of the Mole Man or not, we will see more of my amazing quartet in history in the next issue of the great issue of the Fantastic Four. Don't miss it. And Atlanta. Anyway, this is a good way to start off this show. Fun, entertaining, actually climactic, and really cool. Great positions of the characters, and the artwork obviously is going to be amazing. No one can do any of the art wrong by brilliant Zack Kirby, and a great work when Stan Lee nails the characters. We'll be continuing on next week, as I pick up more details now, I'm not being stupid. See us, new F, later, tall F.